Hi there. Hi everyone, how are you doing? So I hope you can hear me okay. I'm actually in San Diego at a workshop this week, and yeah, there's a waterfall in the background, marina back here, so hopefully the noise isn't too bad. But I definitely wanted to show up for you today, and I wanted to talk about the blog post that I put up on the blog yesterday, which is about how to choose your next writing project. I feel like there are a number of ways that we can get stuck as writers, not really being able to move forward and just kind of circling and feeling paralyzed. And so if you found yourself not being able to get to your writing lately, you know, like you meant to work on some things and you've been intending to write, but you're not getting to your desk to do it, something that might be going on for you could be around choosing your next project. You're gonna sit down and write, but then you're thinking, oh, should I be working on my short stories? Should I work on that idea I had for a novel? What about that YA novel that I started in NaNoWriMo last year? And then, you know, we let that be a reason for why we couldn't possibly sit down and focus on our writing today. And it happens. It happened to me a lot. And I did manage to get past it. I found one of the things I love, and I talk about this in the blog, one of the things I love is I love looking for what social science has to say about these things, because there's a whole body of research on artists and creativity. And so I found this study that I go into some detail on the blog about what they found. But essentially they're talking about artists who are able to really focus intensely on their work and accomplish things in their art. And they found that we have different mindsets. And part of it is about generating lots of ideas and then choosing. You have to choose. Choosing something to focus on and making decisions around that, making critical decisions once you've made the choice. So do go and have a look at the blog. Today it's called How to Choose Your Next Writing Project. But what I've done is thinking about my own process. Once I go through that study, I was then thinking about my own process for how I've chosen over the years. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a journal addict. I had a friend try to fix that for me. It didn't work. So I just have journal after journal, and I write in them for a little while, and I collect them and I carry them around. And so I've got notes everywhere. It's even like scrawled on bits of cocktail napkin and stuffed in the back of a journal. And so there are just all these notes that are ideas for a story, 4 lines of a poem, you know, that kind of thing. And so much to choose from. So I had developed a process for myself for how I choose what I'm going to work on next. And I've broken it down into 5 different steps for you that you can follow if choosing your next writing project has been something that's kept you circling and stuck a little bit. So if you head there, it's all laid out, and give it a try. You know, can't hurt to try it, right? And see what that brings up for you, and if you're able to find something that you can commit to. And then the other thing I note is if you are having trouble choosing, so if you go through the 5-step process and you get to the end and you're still feeling uncommitted, or you're still feeling like, yeah, it's not the one, I want you to just choose one and do it anyway, right? So when you get to the end of that process, you will end up with a project. It kind of forces you to a project in a really basic way, but you can figure that out for yourself. And so it forces you, and there you are just with this project. And now you've got the thing that you can sit down and write. So tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening, or in the 15 minutes you can find on Friday at lunch hour, that's the project you're gonna sit down and write. And if you get to that stage and you still feel like I haven't chosen the right one, I feel like I'm not committed, there's still so many choices, I don't feel right about it, then I think what could be going on for you is that choosing isn't your biggest obstacle. You might think that choosing is one of your problems, and it could be one of the problems, but maybe the underlying issue is that you're a little bit afraid of writing right now. And that's okay, that happens. It's happened to me. I think it happens to all writers at some point in time with varying regularity, right? Where we're afraid. We're stuck because we're afraid that if we go to the page, it won't live up, the experience won't live up to our expectations, the writing won't live up to our expectations, we won't be able to do it, it'll be mediocre, you know, what if it's bad? We tell ourselves so many stories and we're afraid. So if you're having trouble choosing, it could be that you have so much and you can't make sense of it. And in that case, I think the 5-step process will help you. But if you get to the end and you're still feeling a little unsorted, even though you've been through a sorting process, then I think it could be that you're afraid. And I just want to say that's okay. And to sit with that for a while and let yourself just be afraid, and then think about how you got to be afraid, why you're afraid, and what that means for you. And I'm going to write some more in the coming weeks on the blog about how to manage some of the fears that get in the way of us being able to write regularly and finish our important writing projects. So I just wanted to highlight those few things from the blog. You can head on over to RhondaDouglas.com and check it out. And there'll be another post next week, and I'll go a little further into some of the fears that you may find yourself struggling with as a writer trying to get to the page regularly to get your writing work done. So I hope this is helpful. I hope the blog is helpful, and let me know in the comments or send me a message and let me know if it was helpful, if so, what you found most helpful. And if there's something you're struggling with that you think I can help with, please just let me know, and I can do some further work on it in a blog post or look to try to find you the resources that you need. Okay? Have a great day, everyone. Have a great weekend. Cheers. Bye.